Okay, so you got your new set of Verum wheels, and if you're gonna run more than one set of wheels on your bike, it's likely that you're gonna wanna shim your disc rotors. So we include with your Verum Care kit a set of shims. First set I'm gonna show you are for center lock disc. You just take this, the shims are in two sizes. They're 2/10 of a millimeter and 1/10 of a millimeter. So you just fit that over your rotor. Do two shims on here. And what you're gonna wind up doing is, you know, putting your rotor on your wheel, put the wheel in the bike, and then whichever set of wheels has the rotor that's the furthest outboard, that's the one you're gonna set your disc brake to. You're gonna line your brake caliper to, and then your second wheel, whether it's your new Verum wheel or your old wheels, you're gonna shim the rotor out to match the other one. And usually the difference is, you know, 1/10 of a millimeter to 3/10 of a millimeter, somewhere in there. I'll get the job done. Once your shims are in place, you can put your rotor on. I don't typically dry fit a rotor. I'll usually put some anti-seize or at least some grease on those splines and put the rotor on. Of course, you'll put your cap on there and tighten it down. Then you'll check it in the wheel. And then if it's moved outboard too far, you can remove a shim, put the rotor back in place, tighten your lock ring down, and then try it in the wheel again until you get it exactly in the same plane as your other wheel set. And if you take the time to do this, then from here forward, whenever you want to switch from one wheel set to another, it'll be easy breezy, no brake adjustment. And that's why these shims are so important to us. Now, if you've ordered a 6-bolt wheel set, of course we won't include the center lock shims. We'll include a set of these. Unfortunately, these are only available in 2/10 of a millimeter, so we don't have as much control with this, but we can still do shimming of a disc rotor with this. The 6-bolt ones aren't quite as easy to use. But here's one of our 6-bolt erase hubs. Again, erase components. If you haven't heard of these, it's arguably the best hub you've never heard of. Now, these you can simply set in place and then put your rotor on. If you want a little help to keep them in place, grab your jar of free hub grease that we included and just dab a little on there. And that'll help it stay in place while you're loading these up. Otherwise, they can be a little tricky. But in either case, again, if you take the time to shim these rotors, then you won't have to be doing brake adjustment every time you want to change your wheel set.
Tubeless tape sucks.